let's get started in writing epic podcast show notes. So I'm going out to YouTube. Some of them are a little outdated, but it's okay. They're probably still great content considering the amount of views. Then I'm going to go over to my Poppy board, and I've already started to build out my knowledge base here. And all you have to do is copy and paste. I'm going to go in here, share, copy link, go over to Poppy. I'm going to hit Control V. And I've already got a good working template, and there's some of my podcast episodes. So I'm going to bring that out here. And so it already knows my campaigns as well, because I've already fed into that quite a lot. So connect it to the chat. Looking at the YouTube video advice, let's say update the knowledge base to incorporate their tips and strategies. Make sure the instructions include the character limit for Apple Podcast. Okay, so very good. It's generating a new knowledge base for me, which will be fabulous. And it does it so quickly. Great. And once it has all of that built in, you can remove those connections to the chat. And I'm just going to double check with it. Do you have the links needed for the show notes? Because the links are different between your Apple, Spotify, podcast show notes versus YouTube, because YouTube doesn't do that hyperlinking deal. Okay, so I'm going to update one of my links. All right, here's the other thing you can do with Poppy. So I want to make sure that this is all connected to my OCD audience. Okay, so here's another thing you can do with Poppy. I want to make sure that all of these show notes are connected and relevant to my OCD audience. So I'm going to bring in my customer voice information. So the way I do that is I'm just going to open a File Explorer window, and I'm going to drag those documents over into the Dropbox. Done. Okay. Connect this to the chat. Now you could front load all of this in the beginning, but I like to build it and be observant of the quality control in a way. So make sure the instructions, knowledge base strongly relates and resonates with a military wife who has OCD but doesn't know it. Make sure you don't use clinical words that the audience doesn't understand, because my podcast is all about spreading awareness. So far it looks very, very good. All right, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over and grab the transcript from my episode. So I use Descript, and I go up here to export, transcript, export again, and I've already exported that. So the next thing I need to do is bring it into Poppy. Okay, looks like it's still generating the instructions, but I'm going to go ahead and drag in. Okay, great. So now I have my knowledge base template. I'm going to copy it. I'm going to break that. Just move it on the canvas. So next thing I'm going to do is hit the letter T for text, click in here to the box, and look at all of these wonderful instructions. And this is a much better way to organize your Poppy, especially if you're going to be reusing the board. That way you can conserve your credits. So lots of wonderful things there. And in the notes, I'm just going to say important instruction. Okay. Now, I'm going to connect that back to the chat, and next thing I need to do is bring in my transcript from my latest podcast episode. So I'm just going to drag it in. Done. Oh, I must have dragged in the actual audio of the episode. How funny. I didn't know I could do that. Wow. I knew you could record some stuff, but it actually it's going to do the audio for us too. That's amazing. Alright, so I'm going to go back to the chat and ask it to give me Apple Podcast show notes. And now that I have this knowledge base template created, this is going to be so much faster every single time. Oh, it is the overcoming intrusive thoughts. Perfect. All done. Now I'm going to go over to Podbean where I share my podcast. I love how it's all formatted so nicely. All right. So that's all in the show notes now, and I'm going to schedule it. Schedule, and now I'm going to go back and ask it to do that's it. Okay, so that's all I have to do for the YouTube show notes as well. Let's see what it gives me if I ask it to do YouTube, because perhaps it'll give a different style. Wow, I love these show notes. I'm going to hit schedule. Okay, I'm going to go over to YouTube. And get these show notes added. And I was able to push the video directly over to YouTube from Descript before starting this video. Okay, I'm going to need to update that knowledge base. Or no, actually when you go into copy as plain text. There we go. That's going to be much better. Alright, so whenever you're doing YouTube, you're going to go in here, you're going to copy the output, but you need to copy it as plain text. That way it'll save you from getting all of those. That way it's going to save you from getting all of those hashtags and asterisks whenever you're putting it in here into the show notes. Clean this up, and there we go. That's how I get podcast show notes in 5 minutes. And if you're ready to do that too, grab my Poppy link in the show notes.